Wildfires raging across the western part of the United States, climate change has taken center stage in the debate to the race to the White House. Donald Trump and Joe Biden both have addressed the forest fires from opposite coasts. A day of dueling appearances laid out the stark differences between the two candidates. On the one side, we have an incumbent president who has long scorned climate change as a hoax and has rolled back on environmental regulation in the United States. After weeks of largely remaining silent on the flames, Trump finally flew to California and held a meeting with the governor of California and the Secretary of Natural Resource Agency. What followed was not unexpected, but rather disheartening, isn't it?
Working relationship.
We want to work with you to really recognize that. So I think one area of mutual agreement and priority is vegetation management. But I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests, and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay, it'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually.
The wildfires have charred more than 3.3 million acres of land in California. It's also created a sort of apocalyptic orange skies and clouds raining ash across cities. US President Donald Trump has not only refused to acknowledge the effects of climate crisis, but instead has pressed on the need for better forest management. Right after the meeting, the California Governor Gavin Newsom reiterated his stand on climate change, leading to more devastating wildfires.
So I wanted the president to know that we have established a baseline of engagement that I'd like to build off of. So that was an opportunity, and yes, frankly, to at least state in a way that wasn't trying to take a cheap shot, wasn't trying to score political points, but to make the argument we believe in climate change out here. And we don't believe it just because science says it. We observe it. We experience it.
Meanwhile, the challenger, who's called for an aggressive campaign to curb the greenhouse gases, has assailed Donald Trump's record, inaction and denial on the climate crisis. In Delaware, the Democratic presidential nominee sought to paint a second Trump term as a danger to the nation's suburbs and has described him as a climate arsonist.
If you give a climate arsonist 4 more years in the White House, why would anyone be surprised if we have more America ablaze? If you give a climate denier 4 more years in the White House, why would anyone be surprised when more of America is underwater? We need a president who respects science, who understands that the damage from climate change is already here. Unless we take urgent action, it will soon be more catastrophic. You know, when Donald Trump thinks about climate change, he thinks hoax. When I think about it, I think jobs. Good paying union jobs that put Americans to work, building a stronger, more climate resilient nation.